It's Bob. We love our intro music. What's up, everybody? I am your host of the Four Letter Nerd. This week, I am Ra, Sun God, or Ra the Grouch, according to some people. But hey, that's neither here nor there. We are brought to you today by Hyro Geekix Unlimited, as we always are. And today, we will be talking about DC. All DC. Nothing but DC. We're going to talk about the things from DC that are comics that we want to see as a series or a movie. We're going to be talking about the things that they may or may not be doing and the things that they probably should be doing, but they probably won't because they're DC. And as always, I've got two of the most wonderful co-hosts joining me today. I've got, the left hand, the right hand. He's the hands man. He is the Mr. Michael Mayhem.
It'll make sense when you see my other co-hosts, okay?
And then we have with us, as always, the wonderful Lady Sidonai.
First of all, that is not DC. Put it away.
Okay, you don't need to see this.
You didn't understand the assignment.
I chose to do something different. Okay.
he chose. Well, since how he rewrote the assignment 3 times. I mean, yeah.
I did not rewrite the assignment.
No.
I literally.
We just wobbled a little bit. That's all.
No, what happened was we discussed what we were going to do, and I made sure to write it on the new phone that I have. Right. And when you guys asked me again, I put what I wrote in the notes in the chat. Right. Purposely.
Right.
I have done nothing. In the words of the late Whitney Houston, I've done nothing.
That's not even the lyric.
It's the multiverse, okay?
This was the remix.
That was that Whitney that did not take off.
It's Whitney.
It's the DJ Mike a la Mayhem remix. Freestyle edition.
Mayhem made it.
I put the Mayhem in. What the hell is going on?
I realized I had nothing DC on, and this is the first thing I saw, which is this beautiful little perler thing that my friend Ernie made for me. Because I wanted her doing an action shot, and he made that happen. So she's going to be perched right here awkwardly for us. But if she flops over, that's done. It'll be nap time. She's done. Diana's taking a nap at that point.
I hear that.
All right. For today's show, I think we're going to start it off with some. What stories do you think that DC has not made into a show or movie, or could do better as a show or movie again if the first time did not go well?
Batgirl. Oh, sorry.
It's not my turn. He's coming with it already. It's coming, sir. Actually, here. Are you talking about the TV show or the canceled movie?
Both. Both of them. BOFF.
Both of them.
He said BOFF.
Both of them. Him said both of them.
All everything.
Please
go into more depth about what you mean by that statement, Mike a la Mayhem.
First of all, both of them, BOFF. There's an OnlyFans in there and 2 BFs. So anyway, I would like for you to understand.
It's not even 2 BFs. It's just a BF.
I mean, maybe use your imagination. So even though it's not part of the list, I actually said the graphics and whatnot. Batgirl could have been amazing. It could have been amazing. There's so much great points that Barbara Gordon as a character, no matter the nationality, and Kate, am I saying her name correctly, or Kat? I think it's Kat. Kate. And then even just the female characters, and I don't want to say the partners necessarily, because they're in their own right, their own superheroes of Batman. You had Cassandra Cain. Hell, you could have even brought Lady Shiva, and just blew the DC universe in the TV series, and they messed it up. They were like, what's gonna happen? We're gonna cancel this $90 million investment, which was originally slated for $75 million. But COVID happened, whatever. 90 million investment, which everybody was hyped up because we're like, this has got to be it. This has got to be the last saving grace, because Flashpoint and Ezra Miller look like he's running back. You know what I'm saying? He's just doing that.
Running back.
So we were just like, maybe something will happen in Batgirl that sets up everything. And they were like, what's not going to happen? This. And we were just like, why? Why? And all we got was we are seriously saddened and really disappointed. Why?
Exactly.
We don't care. Why? Because there's still Batman Beyond. There's still Flashpoint, which got canceled. There's still like all these other movies that we want to see, and it's just like, what is going on? To the point where the memes are like Kevin Feige looking over towards Warner Bros. And DC is like with the cat in the snow. It's like, what is going on over there? Like, yeah. Like, yeah. And I've called this numerous times. I'm gonna let you speak after this. I called this numerous times. They could have easily rectified this and been ahead of the curve had they said each universe that we put out pertains to a certain universe. So then they would be like, well, you know what? It's not so. That movie was bad. That happened in the 516 universe. Oh, that movie was great. The 718 universe. It's Brooklyn. Oh, the 212 universe. Whatever. You know, like they could have did whatever. And they were just like, you know what we're not going to do? Makes sense. And here we are. Batgirl canceled $90 million later. $90 million. The lotto was 1.2. And they were like, $90 million. Pshaw. I think after whatever movies they got slated, they're bowing out. There's no more comic films coming from DC and Warner Brothers, if you ask me.
It's possible, but yeah, they need their Kevin Feige figure because they don't have that one person with the vision for the entire studio to say, hey, look, this is the main story that we're going to focus on. Everybody, make your part. We're going to connect this into the puzzle, make a beautiful picture with this puzzle, and then move on, take that puzzle, put it to the side, and we're going to start a new puzzle.
But they don't talk about this. We talked about this. Kat, what did I say was going on with the cuts? It was too many what?
I forgot.
Too many circumcisions. Okay, there was too many.
I can't believe I forgot that.
Too many circumcisions.
Too many circumcisions.
Everybody's trying to going on,
and it doesn't make any sense.
Too many, and we don't see the health benefits of that, do we?
We do not.
It's just for aesthetics, and most people don't care. Honestly,
it doesn't do anything for him.
That's correct. It doesn't help anyone, does it?
I mean, sometimes when you keep using it, there's stuff lit in the dirt and inside of it.
That's what showers are for, honey. That's
but not every okay. The last at least 3 years, we learned that not everybody showers. Not the same, but properly.
Well, then they reap the repercussions of that, don't they?
Your hands don't get you clean.
All these cuts and it still wasn't clean. What's that telling you? It doesn't matter, does it?
I mean, but some people
it doesn't matter. It starts with the hygiene.
Some people don't moisturize as well. That's a new thing too. Moisturizing is a new thing, apparently.
That's why everything's all chapped. Anyway,
well, rough over at DC right now.
And anyway, not quite sure how we got here, but here we are. I am gutted by what DC has done, what Warner Brothers has done to DC. And I hope that Warner Brother abandons it and lets somebody come in and pick up DC, that it's not about the money. This has proven that no matter how much money you throw at something, and I hate to use like such a crass thing, but you can polish a turd as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's still a turd. And as arguably the biggest of the DC fans on this podcast, this is personal for me. I said arguably. This is very personal for me. I have been a fan since 1985 when I was 7 years old. Yes, I'm 44. We'll move on. We're going to move on from that. But and all I wanted was to be able to see these people that I've read about on the big screen and in the way that they were portrayed in the comics. And I know that there are different versions, different authors. Some stories were fantastic, some were awful, but at the same time, these were our heroes, and we just wanted them to get the hero treatment. And we started off, it's like we had these moments of hope that really strung us along, and we were spoiled by such a great animated universe, and we're like, what they're doing with this animated, I'm sure they're going to do great with live action. Look at their animated. And unfortunately, it just never panned out. So I do hope that Warner Brothers, with canceling this, are just going to put out like Shazam and Aquaman 3, whatever's done, and just put it out and then just say, okay, who wants to buy this? And I hope that somebody does end up buying it that can treat it better. Hell, I don't even care if Disney buys it at this point. Just put it all in one house at this. Just put it all there. But they really need to understand that you have so many great stories. Birds of Prey should have been a great story. Flashpoint should have been a great story. Blackest Night should have been a great story. Even I would even watch another Batman movie, The Longest Halloween. Wait, did I say that right?
Yeah, Longest Halloween. Yep.
Thank
yep.
you. For some reason, when it came out of my mouth, it didn't sound like that was the right way. But there are
long Halloween.
Even like Frank Miller's Batman, like you have so many brilliant stories that you can tell that now, like even Justice League Dark, that now we have the technology, we have the talent out there. There's no reason why we can't put this in live action and it be a fantastic film. Warner Brothers does not care about putting out a good film.
Warner Brothers does not care about DC movies.
They don't care about DC, period. So please, Warner Brothers, give them up. Let somebody else step up that gives a shit. Please. And thank you.
Give us Swamp Thing back. I really wanted to see where that goes.
Yes. I really think that, and it would have worked beautifully as a series too. It really would have worked beautifully as a series. I know the budget was high, but I would have rather you put that 90 million in that instead of what I'm assuming was a very subpar Batgirl movie for $90 million if you're willing to sink that deep a hole into it and then abandon it.
Let me just add on to really quickly, just because we may feel that the movie may have been subpar does not mean that acting or actors or actresses in part were subpar.
Yes, absolutely. This is no reflection on the people that were cast to play their roles aside from Ezra Miller.
Yep.
Because I had like I'm Tyra Banks in America's Next Top Model. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. But I wanted to your point. I want to also say this is not a reflection of the actors because we really had some top-notch talent cast for these roles. The writing just wasn't there
because it was on the wall.
Yeah, so with DC, I just want to know what now? Are you just gonna back out of the cinematic universe altogether and just stay with animations? Because
you should.
Because with animation, I feel like if I'm gonna be honest with you, if you stay the path, then what you're doing with the cinematic universe is also gonna spill into the animations as well. Because everybody's gonna be like, I could write a better Batman movie, whatever, direct whatever.
Actually, no, because in the animated world or in their animated department, they actually do have a Kevin Feige in their animated department. That's why all the movies that are animated come out good because they're all following that same formula.
Hold that thought. Explain Injustice then. I'll wait.
Injustice is Injustice. They wrote it in the comics. It came out good. It did not translate good to anywhere else. The games were okay. Well, the first game was okay. Second game was mediocre. I don't know what they were doing with the animation. That one did fall off. I will give you that. That one fell off.
Because Fevin Feige was not available. Okay, Fevin Feige was not available. That's what it was.
What? I liked Young Justice too. I think that would have translated into a nice live action show if CW didn't get a hold of it.
Yeah, okay.
I told you tonight was going to be. I'm tired and I'm cranky. It's going to be all DC slander from me, which is so unusual, and it's because I'm coming from a place of love. I want them to do well. I want to be proud of them and happy like I am of the runs that I have in my long boxes. I want to have that pride in the stuff that they're putting out, and I can't because they don't care as much as we do, and they should.
Speaking of CW, you guys remember Dawson's Creek?
Yes,
we
unfortunately.
For our lives to be over.
I don't want
to wait. No.
Or somebody say,
hey, sir, stop. We ain't got the money for all this. This, sir.
I will say this.
Just don't do Metallica because they'll sue us.
Yeah, you're right. There's certain shows that I feel are just blah blah. But they had great theme songs. CW or WB before it was CW had great theme songs. I don't know about the racist frog, but whatever. I guess we can move on. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. I wish we had a commercial. I wish we had a old school commercial of that.
If you want,
I can start singing it just to let you know. She followed up with the rest of the lyrics.
And the thing is, this is how my squirrel brain works, because you did that, and then I was trying to think of something came to my mind, and I was trying to articulate it, and then all of a sudden, now I'm in Demolition Man, with all they play on the radio are commercial jingles.
Here we are.
Sir,
ladies
you
and gentlemen.
broke our co-host.
15 minutes into it. Here we are.
Broke it.
I'm going to say this for like the 15th time. I'm tired and not at my best.
That's okay. We won't judge you. So, Mr. Mayhem, aside from all that, what are some comic series that you think deserve a shot at the live action and or animated treatment? Like some comic stories that you like from DC that are like, hey, this is a good story from DC. I want to see this animated or live action. Your thoughts?
Yes. Whichever the ones you put on the screen, I will talk about it. I have a whole list. I don't know what he's putting forward.
They're in the order that you gave me, sir.
Oh, I don't have anything for you to put up, so that'll
okay.
be fun. That'll be fun.
That'll be amazing.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
that's good. Is like I can make stuff up, and you won't know if I already have that in my head.
All right. So the first thing is Deceased.
Oh my god.
Is there any way we can zoom on that?
No.
No.
I keep asking people to send me high quality pictures of a large size, and they don't.
Hey.
High quality.
Hey. Please. This is going to be one of those not all men moments. I have never sent you subpar
You have not.
graphics.
No.
Now
he
this
knows.
time I
He
sent
knows.
no graphics, but
he
when I
knows.
do send graphics, they are not subpar.
They are not. No, he
You know
knows.
what?
He and I've
You know
had this discussion every time.
All right.
Anytime he's got graphics and they're good and big, I go hunting for them for him.
So why didn't you go hunting this time? Because I was just like, you know what I said? You could have done it. You could have meet me halfway.
These are
Meet
your
me
choices.
halfway.
I did not want to step on your artistic impunity. On
You
your
just wanted to
choices.
make me look bad. You know what? Whatever. You know who you are? You're Pokemon Blue to my gold, okay? Trash, okay? Everybody loves red.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Ooh,
DC.
we gonna fight. That's a fight.
Who chooses Squirtle anyway? Anyway, graphics wise, I chose DC's. Mayhem always said small pictures. Don't judge me, Tucker, okay? I got a new phone. It said big on my screen.
Your phone lies, sir. Anyway, tell us about Deceased before I tell us about Deceased.
Deceased was an amazing Marvel zombie story that Deceased took over. It's predicated on the fact that Darkseid finally figures out how to do the anti-life equation. He uses Cyborg, but what happens is he himself gets infected from Cyborg, and then I'll let you find out what happens. But they send Cyborg back to the Earth, and what happens is because Cyborg is connected to the interwebs, the internets. Oh my God! Everybody who looks at a screen gets infected. And as you can tell with Tom Taylor, oh my God, Tom Taylor is a great storyteller. Literally all the superheroes start dying. All the superheroes get infected and start dying. We got amazing zombie appearances from Plastic Man. Spoiler alert, The Flash. I
got that scene in my choice because I had to get that scene in my choice because when those two meet in the ocean, I had to have that scene. I had to have it.
It's I don't think they fully finished everything out. They did Deceased, then they did Deceased Dead Planet, and then I feel like I'm missing another one, but it was amazing because Tom Taylor also said, what happens to Batman when he doesn't have time to prep time?
Oh, thank God.
He dies. He dies. So spoiler alert for that. It was amazing. Now, why would I say they could put this on the screen? This would be amazing because one, it would get everybody to talk about their favorite characters, whether or not they live or die. But then two, with great acting, if we get great actors and actresses, then we can put them on where? The big screen. This would be a great series, live action series. Because how many of us are still watching Titans? Is that what it's called? Titans?
Yeah, it's called Titans.
What is it called?
Titans.
I didn't watch it.
Thanks.
I'm tired of DC TV shows after Green Arrow.
Arrow.
I'm done.
What was it? Arrow, Flash, Titans, and what's that?
I have been on a TV in general sabbatical. I only watch things when my benevolent leader Mia bullies me. So
don't speak her name out loud. She might appear.
I have to say it 3 times. Just gotta be careful from here on.
Candyman. Good. I'm sorry.
It's bullying. It's bullying with love. It's bullying with love.
She heard what you said. It's too late. She already heard it. She heard it.
No, I said what I said, and I said it in the chat too. That Mia bullied me.
I'm gonna move us forward before the assault happens. No, seriously. If you haven't had a chance,
yes,
Kingdom
nice
Come. Kingdom Come, I think, is also a great reboot to just to show how great superheroes are, but also how flawed they are. If you haven't had a chance to read Kingdom Come at all, do yourself a favor, buy it. Buy it. If you don't like it, send me a text or a paragraph, and I'll probably reimburse you. Maybe not. We'll see.
He'll put you in the spam folder, and that'll be it.
No,
this is a perfect example of you have everything you need to make a successful film right there.
Oh my God. Kat is agreeing with
everything
me?
I agree with you most of the time.
What are you talking about? It's me that doesn't agree with you.
Shut up, Grouch. Record.
I'm joking. Usually we agree.
No, I'm joking, Kat. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I just wanted to say, like, this is it right here. I know we say it all the time that the stories are there for them to write, but this
hype it out in the chat.
They would hardly have to do anything.
Right.
They don't even have to add dialogue to this.
The only thing I would
literally have them read it.
The only thing I would have them change is maybe certain characters that were in there, like background characters, so that we know who to expect. Like, for instance, I would love a great Green Lantern movie. I would love a great Green Lantern movie. Aside from that, great, obviously, story. Great film if they ever make it. You know what I'm saying? It does the work for you. And all you have to do is make sure the emotional points hit, and that's it. Don't make a Kingdom Come 2. Don't make a Kingdom Ka. Nothing. Don't make this a series. Just make this one movie and keep it as is. I love the way this is going. And these, oh my God, look at the way they draw superheroes.
Dude, so Alex Ross is a god.
He is a god amongst men.
Dude,
if we can
his covers.
Yes, Marcus, Green Lantern needs a great movie.
If we can get these these costumes onto live screen, like the full facial features, amazing. And
yes.
And look at how these people are drawn. They're real people. They're not sculptures. And that's what made this story so successful.
Remember back in the 90s when Superman was nothing but like a big upside down triangle? He was just like a big broad shoulder, just like on the top, and Batman followed suit. I'm sorry.
Like the thing is, I remember somebody did where they took the way that they drew certain characters and then made them look like people, like did them as 3D animation, and you were like,
yes, I've seen those. It's like,
remember when
how that proportion would look in real life is like, that's not it, guys. That's not it.
Remember when we had the Superman game? Remember how Superman looked?
We don't talk about that game. We don't talk about that game. We're not flying through the kryptonite ring, sir. No.
Why did we even do? You know what? Whatever.
No.
Let's
next.
Move on. Next. Oh my God. So Dark Knight's Metal. I chose this specifically because we need something new. And maybe this will be the universal conflict that kills everything, and then we can reboot everything. Now, the story itself, I'm not going to lie to you, is kind of confusing. Okay. I'm going to ask, do you study physics?
Joker Batman became a person, went back to the past, and made everyone angry and happy and sad all at once, and they lost their minds. What?
So
what?
Like I said, if you study physics, you're still gonna need Cliff Notes.
This is somebody's fever dream for sure, or a bad trip. That's
here's where they messed up. If I could be honest, they put too much of the Batman Who Laughs, which is Batman, the Batman who becomes the Joker, and they put way too much of him, and then they made a simple story really complicated for no reason. When it hit us in the first beginning volumes, it was amazing, and then it was just like, what is going on here? Because it's like they kept trying to outdo themselves. Like, here, I got a pencil. Here, I got a gun. Here, I got a mega gun. Here, I got a mega gun. Here, I got the Megazord. It's just like, all right, at what point are we going to get some shots fired?
It's like 2 8-year-olds being like, and then I pull out my Megazord and I cut your knees. And then I pull out my, but this artwork is totally giving me like Lord of the Rings vibes.
Not gonna lie to you, that 8-year-old battle was me, and it was amazing. All right,
sure it was.
Megazord, prepare my knees.
Yeah, I've got my force field.
I don't think I have another picture of
that. Didn't work because I'm rubber and you're glue,
which is amazing. Obviously, Dark Knight's Metal, the standout character would be the Batman Who Laughs. I think that would be an amazing journey to find out who to cast as a Batman who gets Jokerized. And his Robins, not necessarily so, but like I think that would be amazing. Let's skip forward to my last submission because it got complicated. There was a dragon involved.
I didn't even get that far. There's a dragon?
Yeah. So the White Knight would make a great standalone by itself universe, kind of like the Joker film. Hell, you put it in the same universe movie. Here it is, the Joker tricks Batman into making him take sane pills and literally turns Gotham into a better place while also ridiculing and ostracizing Batman, who just is going through like a travesty. He's losing somebody very important to him. And if you know Batman's character, you should already know who it is. So the Joker literally has Gotham go against Batman for all that he does. It becomes a little political, but it's more political everybody can relate to, like the poor being downtrodden by the rich, kind of deal. And it's an amazing story because the Joker becomes good and then shows the flaws of Batman. It's like somebody was saying, Batman's not really all that. And you know what? He's not.
It's like that meme for Batman, Batman and Robin, where it's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to root for the trust fund baby ruining the city versus the person trying to save the environment and the person trying to cool down the planet.
You know what's crazy?
Somebody got this backwards.
Batman could have gotten rid of a lot of his rogues. Like for Mr. Freeze, you're that smart, you can't help him figure out, I don't know, a cure for his wife and also employ him.
Right.
Just saying. I mean, the Penguin is just evil. That's just it.
He's just an evil hinch guy.
He's just evil.
He's an evil hinch guy.
Poison Ivy, I don't know. Help her make her own utopia. Keep her away. I'm just saying. Harley Quinn, get her some help. Get her some help. Like it's just, and these are just like the main characters. These Clayface literally helped the man. They try to reform him and all that good stuff. But they literally just, I don't even know how that story ended. I don't think they ended that. But anyway.
The animated one or the comic book one?
The comic book one.
I think it just
dropped off.
The way it went with Sandman when Peter tried to reform him, and it just didn't stick because he didn't know any other way.
As far as I know, he didn't come back as a reformed. Like anyway, Clayface should have had a better redemption arc. Is all I'm gonna say to that. Then you can obviously bring Batman Beyond. I think we are all waiting to see Batman Beyond, and in particular Bruce Wayne.
You mean the Bruce Wayne that was canceled out of 3 movies already that were already canceled? That Bruce Wayne? That Bruce Wayne?
Why do you have to be so mean, okay?
Because he was in 3 movies. Guess what 3 movies got canceled? All the ones with him in it.
What's his name? I'm sorry.
It's Bruce Wayne, and the guy that plays him is one of the better Batmans, as I brought up priorly, is Mr. Michael Keaton.
All right. I think he made a great Vulture.
Yes.
I don't think we've had a great Batman.
No.
I don't think we have. And I'm thinking about like Batman and Bruce Wayne all together, like the full character. Like arguably Tom Holland for me is the best Spider-Man and Peter Parker we've had. Could they develop Peter Parker a little bit more? 100%. But for some people, Peter Parker was Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
There are some people that feel that way. Yes. Just
Lisa's
getting
here.
word from the boss. She says you need to be fired for your opinion, but that's neither here nor there.
I'll apply for unemployment tomorrow. These are my selections. Let me know what you guys think. These are just some great DC stories that we think, if they stick to the script, could translate really well to either a great series, movie, and or standalone, whatever project they decide to do, as long as there's not too much circumcisions going on. Okay. I'm going to make my own circumcision, the Mayhem cut. I'm going to call it the Mayhem circumcision. Screw that.
Oh my God.
Let's not, but pretend we did.
Tell your friends about me.
I'm going with no. How about no?
Okay. So yeah. If you don't mind, I would like to go next.
Yes, ma'am. You may go next.
Thank you. I would like to see, like we were talking earlier, Warner Brothers quiet down, let go of DC and let someone else pick up the mantle, because I would really love to see us start an arc that brings us to Crisis. To see Crisis on the big screen is something that I hope I live to see done well. I hope I live to see it. But some other stories that I'd love to see is like Death.
Death and Rebirth.
High Cost of Living. It's another Neil Gaiman. I love Neil Gaiman, so I would love to see that. I would also love to see Wonder Woman: Tour of the Gods. Blackest Night.
Mm-hmm.
There, and even just for the aesthetic as like a limited series, one season, give me the Bombshells. I just want the aesthetic. The story was good, please don't get me wrong, but just the look, it gives me very Agent Carter vibes, and I love that freaking show.
Agent Carter is a dope show. Yes.
And I think that Bombshells would have translated beautifully into a limited series as well, 1 or 2 seasons, kind of like they're doing with some of these shows now, like Picard and stuff, where we know it's a finite amount that we're getting so that they can keep the story nice and tight, because I think that it would wear after a little while, especially since I'm not a huge fan of the big ensemble shows, because I thought about The Outsiders for a minute, but I was like, do we need, because we've already had like group superhero shows, and it doesn't always pan out, because you always end up giving certain people more of the limelight than others, and then you end up shuffling these background characters because they're not as popular, and we saw that with Legends of Tomorrow. So, but yeah, definitely War of the Gods, definitely Darkest Night, definitely Crisis, and I would like to see some death stories in there too.
So I just want to add on. What did you think? Because I tried to add it on the chat. I added like from all our handles, and I apologize. What do you think? Have you read Wonder Woman Hikatea?
No.
You got excited.
Wonder Woman versus Batman. That's it.
Probably because Batman was in it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Okay. As you know, I have Wolverine nails right now. I'm getting them redone before Colorado. And initially, I was going to do Justice League on one hand and Avengers on the other. However, only 5 fingers on each hand. So I had to drop a superhero on each side. And the superheroes that I was dropping were Batman and Iron Man.
She dropped the rich millionaire playboys in suits of armor.
You know what, Kat?
I respect it's so funny because you know that those are my 2 least favorite. And I know that I get so much hate for this because they are my 2 least favorite. But I thought it would be funny to have everybody of the Justice League and the Avengers like keep Hawk, but lose Iron Man. And people would be like, do you even know who's on the, like, I know that I would get so many people upset when I'd be like, no, I did the Adventures in Justice League. And they're like, you forgot Batman and Iron Man. Purposely. It was with intent that I left them off. But with the passing of Uhura, I have decided to do Star Trek nails. Thank you, Marcus. I stay controversial.
Stay dangerous.
That is part of my government name, Lady Controversial, didn't I?
She pulled out the full government.
And that's my full government.
Like, boom, here's my Social Security. Yeah.
When I pay taxes, it's
controversial.
I apologize for not having graphics, but
That's okay.
yeah, I just we have so many good stories to say, to tell, and I hate that they're not going to be told. But I'd rather they not be told than be told in the way that they have been trying to do in the last few years. Because
yes, right, I completely agree. All right, so for my picks, I only have two because I'm not much of a DC guy.
What?
And I mostly just read Batman comics because I like Batman.
Trash.
Not trash, but like overrated.
Put that there. Just put that there. Anyway, I'm a Marvel guy. I'm not gonna lie. I am a Marvel guy. I do read some DC stuff. I've read a few arcs of Flash. I've read, a lot of Batman arcs, Justice League, Justice Society. It's just they don't resonate with me. But two of the stories that did resonate with me are the two that I'm going to talk about. Granted, one of them has kind of sort of has had some screen time, but it's in a show that I don't watch because the premise of it already threw me off. Because I was like, you can't have young Bruce Wayne and all of his villains randomly show up. That does not work. Batman showed up. Villains showed up. You can Gotham tried to be suit Smallville, but it didn't work. But I did get mad at Smallville when they started introducing villains the same way. I'm like, bruh, you don't meet these villains till later on, but whatever. It's your show, whatever. I'm just not gonna watch. Anyway.
I think Reggie would make a great comic book lawyer. Like he'd be like, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's good. But no. So we've seen bits and pieces of wrong button of the Court of Owls, but I don't feel like it's been done right. I read this entire arc. Batman, Detective Comics, Robin, and any of the offshoots that had to do with Court of Owls, I read it. And like when he did the flashback to when Bruce was like first investigating the Court of Owls because he thought, oh, the Court of Owls killed my parents. I'm like, cool. Oh, look, his detective skills.
Cool.
Bang, bang.
Not the parents died.
Bye, Martha.
I hate those bastards anyway.
I mean, Thomas and Martha, what did they do for the world?
Gave me a quarter pence. What is this?
They didn't say bless you when I sneezed.
Bang. Exactly.
Pump them.
And so it's just the way they set it all up to where he thought that the Court of Owls existed, but then he did his little investigation. He's like, oh, it's not a real thing. And you literally see the Court of Owls just watching him like, bruh, you were so close. You were a failure. We don't got to worry about you. Cool. We're going to control you like we controlled your parents. We're out. And that's how it was for the longest time. Batman's like, it's my city. It's my city. It's Gotham. And guess what? It wasn't. It was their city. Yes, mayhem.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page. This is why you didn't feel like it was done properly? Is this where we're going with this?
No, I'm saying, and it was kind of sort of graced upon in the video game and the TV series, but it wasn't fleshed out like the. You be quiet out there.
Reggie, I think you're.
No, the story in the comics is good. I want to see this as live action.
I hear you.
Right.
I hear you. I hear you. You are telling this story like Dave Chappelle tells this story in Killing Me Softly. Okay. And all I keep hearing is like, me and Bob, we was at Safeway. And he said this.
And that's why I make the big bucks. Is anybody else drinking?
I'm sorry.
Yes. But this is a story I want to see done as like a mini series or a limited series or something like that. I want to see this given the justice that it deserves, other than like, oh, look, it's the Court of Owls. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay, that's it. No. These are some mastermind people that went on some Bane and Riddler level shit to try to get Batman to break. I want to see this. I want to see people act this out. I want to see Batman stressing and having issues and like, I don't know what to do about this. I can't win. What do? I want to see that because everyone always sees the side of Batman. I'm Batman. I'm the greatest detective. I can solve everything. I want to see this side of Batman where he's like, I don't know what's going on, and it worries me that these people are steps ahead of me. That's what I want to see when it comes to Court of Owls. I want to see that side of Batman where where he realizes he doesn't know as much as he thinks he does. And it will make a great story. That's all I got to say. And then my second one, the first one. And like I said, I had to have this scene right here.
No time for explanation on that. We're just going to keep it going. We'll do it live.
No context. No context.
We'll just do it live.
We do it live. Anyway, this is also Deceased. I had a friend of mine put me onto this. I'm like, I'll look into it. I literally read all of his trade paperbacks in like a week and a half of the initial run of Deceased, where it wasn't up to date at the time. And I just read through it, and then I just went and got the individual issues. I was like, bruh, this is what happens when your superheroes go rogue-ish, because they're zombies infected by the anti-life equation. And I had to put this scene in here because everybody's like, it's Superman. You can't do anything to Superman. He's going to save everyone from the zombies. Nah, bro. Nah,
bruh.
Nah.
It's a no for me, dog.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah, that's a no for me. That's right. And this is the point where everyone realizes we're not going to survive this. But this, as an animated movie, animated series, or live action, as long as it's done well, will be dope.
And that's the key. As long as it's done well.
Right. That's right. Because you can get some people on it and they're going to be like, oh, we're going to do it this way. And it won't be good. But if it's done right, this could be something that brings people. Actually, this could be what they use to wipe out the old universe. And like, look, all the old heroes and villains, they all died from the zombie plague. Guess what? We got a new universe. Come on over here and check out Earth 2.
I kind of like the fever dreams. I don't know about zombies.
Bobby Ewing shower dream.
There you go.
That's for us old people that remember the TV show Dallas.
That's right.
Not for you young bucks.
Not for you young folks.
Okay.
Yeah, DC could be done. Deceased could be done well if they get the correct people to do it. And I would watch the hell out of this, flat out.
Who is that man? Why is zombie Batman?
You don't know Sergeant Rock, sir. I don't read a lot of DC, but I know Sergeant Rock when I see Sergeant Rock.
Okay.
I'm going to say something that sounds
really
controversial.
Let's all use our inside voices.
I'm going to say something that sounds really controversial.
Yes.
I don't pay attention to a lot of the white characters after a while. They just blend in. It's like a palette.
Mike a la Mayhem really just said, fuck them crackers.
Fuck them crackers.
Man, we can't say that on the internet. Wait.
Just censor me afterwards. Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. I said I'm white. I said it was okay.
There you go. I got the pass.
He's invited to the brunch. I hope you like raisins.
That makes sense. No, I'll just have the mimosas. Thank you. I'll just have the bacon and mimosas.
There will definitely be mimosas.
It's not a brunch unless it has mimosas. Oh, I have to tell somebody this. Mom, the black people have the cookout, but the whites have brunch. You're white. I should have known. I knew it was too good to be true. Stay out of this. Call Oprah.
She just told on you.
I haven't been to brunch in over 12 years.
But you still liked it, though.
I like that brunch.
We had a picture of whatever drink it was. Mimosas and what's the other one? Passion fruit. Huh? Bellini's. Is that the fruity one? Yes. I don't think that was it. But anyway, we had the fruity punch one. I'm gonna call it. we had a picture of Hawaiian Sea. That's what I'm gonna call it. Hawaiian Sea.
didn't have enough punch in it, so it's Hawaiian C.
It was amazing. Okay, I was like, this for just $10? Give me 2 more. Good times. Marcus, we hope to see you next week. We hope to see you next week. Bring some friends. Oh my God.
Ooh,
I'm glad to be accepted into the brunch.
It's my pleasure. I will happily invite you to the brunch.
I forgot what I was going to ask next as a follow-up question. Go ahead, Reggie. You got this.
So that was the end of my list. Somehow it ended up on brunch, but okay, that's cool. Brunch is all right. But yeah, those are the series that I want to see. Yeah, I think DC is not doing it right when it comes to their films, because they'll put out something good, then they'll put out something mediocre, then they'll put out something good, then they'll put out something bad, and then they'll cancel everything else that could be something, except for Flash. We're not talking about that, because it doesn't matter what that could have been, because it's just bad all around with that.
Isn't it canceled? Isn't this the final season 9 or whatever?
Yep.
Well, not that Flash, the movie Flash.
The movie Flash is not a thing. The Flash TV show, which went on about 8 years too long, is coming to a close.
Factuals.
I
People justify, like, wait until you get to the second season. Second season really goes up.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When Flash first came out, when all of those shows came out, we were all super excited, even though the island got tiresome pretty quickly with Arrow. The shows were still good, but this is like the bar was much lower back then. And now with the success of these shows and us getting more content that's more adult based, things that are gorier, stories that are grittier, and just like production value that's better. If you were to try to go back and watch Arrow now or Flash now from the very first episode, you wouldn't even be able to get through like the first 2 or 3 episodes. But for the people,
corny.
yeah. Marcus. Yeah, but the bar was just so much lower back then, and I hate to say that because I really do think that the casting was done really well for the people that were there. It's just the ride, the production value. Not to mention it was CW, so their focus is going to be on like these teen angsty kind of romance stories, and not really the stories that the people who were initially wanting these shows, which is us, could really maintain. It wasn't for us, but for what it was good. I'm not gonna hate on them now, but I do think that they really stretched it out as much as they could, and it's time for this version of the DC live action universe to kind of
fade out.
Put everything away, put it in the cupboard, and then wait a couple years and start over again, doing it what I like to call the right way.
Excuse me, Flash Lady. Did they have the Black Flash on the Flash animated series? I'm sorry, series show?
Yes.
The black
they
one.
They had both.
Sure.
They had Wally West. Yeah, they had Wally West.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't go that far because
I forget the girl's name, but they had her and they did have the black.
Listen, I just don't like to torture myself. Marcus, we no longer say Kevin Feige when it comes to DC. We say Fevin Feige. Thank you very much. Let's not get sued. Okay.
Thank you for coming to our Fed Talk.
First time, long time. I'll say this. I think we need more villains. I think I would personally like more villain-only movies. Like, give me a Deathstroke. Even to an extent, Deathshot. To an extent, maybe Deathshot only. Like, just show me, like, maybe Batman's in the background, but it's more focused on the villains. And make that a collective into, I don't know, the Legion of Doom, and then go from there. That would be amazing. And you could show how flawed Batman is. Like, did you see how he really beat up the Penguin? Like, get out of here. The man raised an umbrella and he ended up in the ICU for 3 weeks.
Granted, that umbrella had a gun in it, but whatever.
It could have been one of his regular umbrellas. Oh, we should write material. Anyway, but like, I think that'd be amazing. I think we also need to expect. See, I would love to have a conversation with the people that make Star Wars and the people that make DC. Stop focusing on the same characters.
Oh my God, yes.
Let's universe build.
Yep.
There's a whole world outside, Dorothy.
And look what happened to Marvel when they did that as well, when they stopped putting the focus so much on specific characters and started expanding that universe and focusing on other heroes. Look at what they've built.
Yep.
Yes.
Team Captain America. I just want to say that. Thank you.
Captain America is a title. It's not a specific person. He is
Boom.
my Captain America.
You're right.
And you can suck my metaphysical dick.
She just said she's got 2 words for you. Okay.
All right. This may get me canceled. Did anyone picture it black? I'm just saying.
I did.
I think it's time for us to go. I think we.
Oh my God. My co-hosts, ladies and gentlemen, my co-hosts.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know where we went or how we got there, but we're there.
But Mike started it wherever. Wait, Mike started it. I'm trying to see. Mike started it.
That guy right there, he's driving. He's don't run away. Don't run away.
I've done nothing wrong. I tried to join you in solidarity with Kurt Wagner, okay? And you rejected him, okay?
He's
wrong. You do not have any DC over there?
No.
Trifling.
No, he don't.
I'm all about Marvel. They represent us. They represent the blacks. I'm sorry. X-Men, Inhumans. I mean, come on. Mostly X-Men. Also, can we go back to the 90s cartoon? Did anybody realize how skinny Wolverine's claws were? Like, he was like a big bulk, and then his claws were like this skinny.
He was 5'2". How big you want his claws to be?
I know, right?
At least, I don't know. I'm just saying in the comics.
The man is short.
I mean, I would say like the claws are like this big.
Think about it. Okay, like proportionate to his body, they looked big, but they're like the little toothpicks that they put on the charcuterie boards.
Charcuterie boards. Oh my God! You know what? Random.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. The usually the thing that filters what's here from here is not. It's not on right now.
It is not currently operating at maximum efficiency, is what she said.
I'm like at 33%. You're gonna see a hard reset in a couple of minutes. So I want to wrap this up.
Yes.
Okay. Final thoughts? Are we doing final thoughts?
Final thoughts. DC is in trouble. They need to fix it or leave it. That's it. Fix it or leave it.
Warner Brothers, leave it. Let somebody else that gives a fuck take it from here. Thank you.
I'd be interested in seeing a mature adult scene from DC Universe. Like, show the problems that She-Hulk has with, I don't know, dildos.
That's Marvel.
Shh, they don't know that.
They do.
Oh, they do? All right. So, all right. DC, I really think, in all seriousness, I think you need to work on your live cinematic universes from just the series, the TV episodes first, and make sure they work in conjunction. If you're gonna give us a teen heartthrob stories and whatnot, make it for like the Young Justice, make it for like the Teen Titans. You can still have the romance, kind of like novella story to it for like the adults, but make it more adult themed. Like I would love to see like Superman walking in on Batman and Diana, like doing something nasty. He'd be like, Batman, we need your O. Or something like, something of that nature where it's just more adult themed, but not like, oh my God, I'm the Flash and I'm a teenager. And this Lana Lang-esque character I love.
You can find that on Pornhub right now.
I'm not talking about the nude. It's just them. Porn. Okay, if we're gonna have this conversation,
first of all, the only things
characters
that you mentioned were sexual in nature, so that's why my mind went to Pornhub. So
but
you did that. You did that.
Okay, fine. But they have a lot of categories, but it's still limiting. It's not the full thing. They need to bring back Tumblr. Tumblr had all the goods. Now everything is on Twitter, and then they come in.
No, sir, no. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end it there. Thank you for watching. This has been a divergent travesty of a show, but it's a good show still because we care about it and we care about what we put out for you. We may veer to some sides occasionally, but it's okay.
But
that's all right. But this was
Flash vibrator.
No.
Already exists.
No.
Already exists.
No. Stop. No.
Already exists.
This was the 4-Letter Nerd, brought to you by Hierarchy Geeks Unlimited. I am Raw Sun God, Raw the Grouch. That is Lady Sidonai.
Faster than a speedy bullet.
Literally.
And this is Michael Mayhem right here. Right here. This man right here. This is Michael Mayhem. Look
Direct
at him.
all emails to Mike a la Mayhem.
Please do. Mike Mayhem deserves all of it. Do not just send it to him. Thank you for watching. Thank you. No. Thank you for watching. We're going to do it this way. We appreciate all of you. Send all negative emails to Mr. Mayhem.
You know how they have the rose? What if we make another one called the Poison Ivy?